We're looking for the vertical intercept of the graph being this line here. And so the definition of the vertical intercept is where does this graph cross that axis? And it's given to us right there. If you actually label these points, it's there, and it's part of the actual table of values. Look at it, it's this guy right here, this row of information. When your input variable is 0 along this axis and you find a value for the output value for an input of 0, it means you're going to be on that axis. So anytime you have an input value of 0, the corresponding guy is where it crosses the vertical axis at that point, or at that value, I should say. So the vertical intercept is this guy right here at 0, 15, and it appeared in our symbolic rule here at the second half of it anyway. So if you replace this with 0, 0 times that will give you 0, and then the value of v will be 15. So one or two ways you can think of it. I guess my main point here is beware that your vertical intercept may appear on a table of values that you've already calculated. So beware of that. And what in the world does that mean? What does the coordinates mean? And so you have to go back and think to yourself. Well, let me write it for you here. There's the vertical intercept. And whenever you're trying to come up with with a meaning or a interpretation, what does that 0 mean? Well, it represents an input value for y, and that represents an output value for v. And you have to go back and think, what's y and what's v? Well, this is the year since 05. This is the value of 1 share of stock. So what does that 0 mean in terms of years of 05? Well, that means, like it did on the table, at 0.5, meaning y equals 0 corresponds to that. And so you should say in 2005, value of 1 share of stock was $15. So hopefully you have something written like that on your sheet. All right, the next challenge is number 7, to go after the horizontal intercept and then give its practical meaning. So let me show you what we're looking for, where this line crosses this axis. And I drew it real roughly here, but it looks like it's crossing right there. And so the challenge is where exactly, what's the location of this point? So see if you can come up with an idea of how to find what that value is here along this axis, and then write the appropriate ordered pair that represents that location. So let me give you a couple hints. You may try the slope starting from here, or a version of the slope, or you may try something else. So see what you come up with, and then check back with me in the next video.